What is going on, everybody? So today we're going to take a look at 4 specialty sets. We're going to look at Crown Zenith, 151, if I can pull this up here, Paldean Fates, and then we'll talk a little bit about Prismatic. And I don't think we're going to go super in depth in this, but I kind of just want to take note about where we're at in the hobby, in the market right now, because I think a lot of these sets are still investments that people are looking to add to their portfolios and build bigger positions in, especially Crown Zenith, 151, and I think Prismatic with this Costco bundle dropping this year. I think a lot of people are going to be trying to add more Prismatic to their collection. So we'll start with Crown Zenith because it is the oldest. Crown Zenith came out in January 2023, so it's almost 2.5 years old at this point. So it is getting very, very old. It was the last set from Sword and Shield era, yellow borders, and the set is just continuing to climb. I mean, there was a point maybe about a month ago where I think Paldean Fates was actually like $1 or 2 higher when we looked at market value. And this box really hasn't moved since then, still around 140, whereas Crown Zenith, you're up to about $160 an ETB at this point. Sure, you have some lower sales, but also some higher ones, pushing almost 170 on TCG Player today. This set is great. I think everyone should own at least one Crown Zenith ETB. I have 30 regular ETBs, still a lot of bundles and tins. I am starting to actively sell some of the tins, some of the bundles. I'd like to get to a zero cost basis on those. I'm not in a huge hurry to offload my ETBs. I think when I look at investments, those ETBs and booster boxes are probably going to be the last thing from any set I want to offload. I think something really special about Crown Zenith ETBs as well is that they were the first set to have a promo card inside. You had that Lucario promo. I don't think there was a PC stamp version. It was just the regular version in both of them, and then the PC version of the ETB just had more packs in it. But either way, very unique, special set there, super deep. You have all the gold cards. And I was looking at these today, and I was looking at the cards from a lot of these sets. I thought these had gone down a lot more than they had. I mean, the Arceus is holding pretty well, around $90. Maybe the Dialga and Palkia have fallen off a little bit further than expected. Mewtwo still over $100, up to $105 now. The Giratina is holding at $175. So these cards, although I think the Giratina was up over $200 at one point, Mewtwo I think was up to like what, $120, $130 maybe even at one point. They're still holding fairly well, especially considering if you go look at like a non-TCG's pack destructor, there's so much Crown Zenith being opened every single day, every single week, every single month. It truly is impressive that some of these gold cards in the Mewtwo have held the value that they have. And even some of these mid-tier cards like the Suicune, Glaceon, Leafeon obviously as well, Darkrai, Deoxys, Entei, Raikou, like a lot of these cards are still in that 25 to 40-ish range, even though there's probably hundreds of thousands of copies for some of these cards at this point out there. Now next up, we can look at 151 regular ETBs. These are sitting around $230-ish USD right now, up 260% almost on the year, which is insane. Most recent sale was May 24th, so these don't sell too often on TCG Player anymore. If you guys are in the spreadsheet, you know that these actually still sell at a fairly decent rate on eBay. I believe they're selling like 3 or 4 a week. Maybe it was even more than that. Actually, I just double checked. I made a cut in the edit and it was 7.57, I believe, last week per day. So these ETBs still are fairly liquid, even at like $230-ish in ETB. And a lot of the cards in this set, I mean, the Charizard was up to around $280-ish, I believe, maybe even $300. There was an odd sale there. Now down to around $200. That's still really impressive. I mean, the pull rates for 151 weren't as difficult as some other sets. So the fact that this Charizard's still worth over $200, I think is good. Blastoise, Venusaur, $65, $70-ish. I think these were pushing $85, $90 at one point. So normal corrections, I think, just based on where we are in the market. Zapdos back around $50. Charmander, Squirtle. So it does speak volumes to how desirable a lot of these cards are. A lot of these just illustration rares, not even the special illustration rares, that are holding in like the 50, somewhere between $30 and $50. Even the Pikachu down here around like 27, War Turtle 26, Dragonair 25. A lot of these cards still have value, even though the pull rates weren't super hard on them. And the fact that there's probably hundreds of millions of packs of 151 that have been opened at this point. Now, next up, we'll talk about Paldean Fates. I mean, again, like I was kind of surprised that this ETB slowed down this much. But one thing that I was thinking about that I really hadn't thought about before today was we did get more Paldean Fates booster bundles on the market. And you can see here, these were growing at, a pretty solid pace there. And then maybe early mid-March, it's kind of slowed down since then. We're back to around even. They traded downwards for a few weeks there at one point, and that's probably just because of that supply hitting the market And it makes sense. If people want to open Paldean Fates, it probably would be cheaper for them to open booster bundles compared to ripping an ETB or having to buy an ETB to get those packs. So I think we'll probably have to wait until some of those booster bundles get churned through. And I don't know if there's more tins on the market for these Paldean Fates mini tins or just like the Charizard one. I can't remember the other Pokemon that got their tins in the beginning release of the set. So I think we'll have to wait a little bit for those ancillary products and the booster bundles to get chewed through before these start to climb again at a normal pace. Whereas something like Crown Zenith, again, we're probably not getting any more of this, so it makes sense why these ETBs are just continuing to climb at a steady rate. When we look at a lot of the cards in here, the Mewtwo is up, or the Mew rather, not the Mewtwo. The Mew was up over $400, I believe, at one point. Now down to around $300. I think it had recent sales actually below $300. The Charizard EX, this was up to, I think, like $220 at one point. Now it's about $180. So that hasn't taken as large of a hit. The Gardevoir was up to $95, maybe $95, still around $75. I'm not a huge fan of this set. I love the top three cards, don't get me wrong. Like, these are amazing. I love the Mew EX. It's probably one of my favorite SIRs from the entire Scarlet and Violet era. I'm just not a fan of these baby shinies. Like, they just do nothing for me. I'm really not interested in them. Some people like them, and that's awesome. If that's, your cup of tea, great. I'm not hating on you. Again, art is subjective, but for me, I'm just not a big fan of those cards. Either way, the set still has a lot of value. When you look at the total set value for a set like Paldean Fates, it is fairly similar to 151 and Crown Zenith. These all are fairly close, maybe like $100 to $200 difference, I believe. But Prismatic Evolutions, this is the last set we'll talk about today. Set value for this is still very high. But with that said, a lot of these cards are starting to come down. And you'll see here, like the Sylveon EX, it says $488. But if you go look at recent sales, I think it's probably closer to like 400. There might even be sales in that 380 range. So a lot of these cards, the Umbreon, Sylveon, Leafeon, all the evolutions, and then even some of the mid-tier SRs like the Roaring Moon, the Ceruledge, the Dragapult, a lot of these are starting to come down as well. I think we're going to get to a point with the Costco bundles coming out and probably future reprints over the next year. There will be a point where the total set value gets below Evolving Skies. I think currently, like as of today, Prismatic Evolutions is still about $1,000 above Evolving Skies in total set value. I do think there'll be a time where that changes, but either way, like even if it drops below Evolving Skies, it's still a great investment. It's an ETB2, it's not a mainline set. And even if it got down to around $4,800, that'd still be 4x most of these other sets like 151, Crown Zenith, Paldean Fates. If it got to $4,000, that's still like 3x most of them. So Prismatic Evolutions is a super deep set compared to any of these other specialty sets. And I think the beauty about the position we're in is that there's lots of different ways you could go about investing in these sets right now. If you have a lot of money to spend, maybe you just want to load up on Prismatic. If the price drops, you just continue buying. That could be a play there. If you have less money and you're worried about reprints, maybe something like Crown Zenith would be a better option for you. Buy a case of ETBs or just one ETB, whatever is in your price range. Even booster bundles, I think, are a good option as well. It's really great to see a lot of people starting to come around to booster bundles. I bought some Lost Origin ones and Silver Tempest ones maybe like a year and a half ago at this point. And I think back then a lot of people weren't really a fan of them. They weren't sold on them. I thought they were decent. Again, like it's not a 2-pack blister or something. There's at least a few packs inside, which I enjoyed. And also it really is just the packs. So it's going to be a cheaper price point for a lot of people compared to buying a booster box. And that's why I liked them. So it's good to see the market coming around to booster bundles. 151, same sort of deal as Crown Zenith. If you're worried about reprints, you're probably pretty safe with 151 ETBs. I will say that there's probably a higher likelihood that 151 ETBs get reprinted compared to Crown Zenith ETBs. Again, I don't think that's like a super high probability, but if it did happen, depending on the print run, you could lose a decent amount of money in the short term, and you'd probably be waiting a while before the ETBs went back up in price. Paldean Fates, it's kind of in a middle ground right now. Again, if you're in the spreadsheet, there's a lot of this out there on the secondary market. It's not selling at a super fast pace. I do think part of that is because there's still a decent amount of booster bundles out there. People are turning to that if they want to open the packs. But I think also too, it's just people have kind of moved on from Paldean Fates and they're looking at other sets like Journey Together, Prismatic, Destined Rivals. I think as well in the short term, people are going to be wanting to open other options compared to Paldean Fates because really if you don't like the baby shinies, you are kind of just chasing 3 top cards. Personally, even though Paldean Fates is a cheaper option compared to Crown Zenith and compared to 151 right now, and the fact that like the set value for these is all fairly similar, I still would not be buying Paldean Fates at this point. I think it's going to be kind of dead money, at least for the next few months, and then we'll wait and see what happens. Again, this could change any time, but just based on what I'm seeing on the secondary market in the spreadsheet, it's probably not going to be moving like crazy anytime soon, and we are going to have to wait until these booster bundles start to climb again, in my opinion. But as always, you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think. Are you picking up any more Prismatic? Personally, I'm looking for deals on this. I'm hoping that once these Costco bundles start to drop, if the price comes down, I will continue to buy sealed cases of the ETBs. And I am also considering buying a little bit more Crown Zenith as well. If you made it this far in the video, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.